Hello. Ingestre Hall in Staffordshire was built on the site of an earlier mansion for Sir Walter Chetwynd in 1613. It was remodelled and updated by John Nash in the early 19th century and substantially rebuilt by architect John Birch after a fire in 1882. The layout of the surrounding estate is down to John Chetwynd, the second Viscount Chetwynd, who inherited Ingestre from his elder brother in 1736. John Chetwynd was active politically, representing Stafford in Parliament and occupying various official government positions. In 1747 he retired from politics, turned his attention to improving and enjoying his Ingestre estate. A local mason, Charles Cope Trubshaw, was employed to build a pavilion in the grounds to act as a summerhouse, and Trubshaw most probably designed the pavilion, although there's no documentary evidence. Purely on stylistic grounds, William Kent, known for Palladian classicism, has been suggested as the architect, but there's no reason why it shouldn't be Charles Trubshaw. Other designs of his exist. The classical facade fronts a brick building with an octagonal saloon surrounded by smaller rooms. The original rooms were demolished and have been replaced, but following the same layout and footprint. The two outer bays of the facade are stepped forward. The stonework is rusticated, smooth rusticated to be precise. The ashlar blocks have chamfered edges so that the centre stands proud and the joints form a deep V shape. There are two decorative scrolling friezes and the windows have exaggerated stepped voussoirs. Beneath a coffered arch, a recessed entrance ornamented with Baroque swags is screened by Ionic columns. On either side the stonework is vermiculated, that is, given a decorative finish resembling worm tracks. A triangular pediment with dentils forms a gable end to the building. Lancelot Capability Brown was brought in to landscape the grounds, replacing 17th century Dutch style formality with a more natural look, and his plan dated 1756 includes a pencil sketch of the pavilion for which he created a grand vista. Edward VII paid a visit to Ingestre, November 1907, and planted a cedar of Lebanon, which is still there and thriving. Until the early 20th century, there were deer in the park here. A photograph from 1912 shows a group of 11 gamekeepers employed. Other buildings on the estate include 18th and 19th century stables, the later building with an imposing domed tower entrance leading into a courtyard. And there was also an orangery built for the second Viscount's daughter Catherine around 1770 and attributed to Samuel and James Wyatt. This has been revamped to host exhibitions, weddings and other events. St Mary's Church, close to the hall, replaced a crumbling medieval predecessor with the permission of the Archbishop of Canterbury in the 1670s. It was paid for by Walter Chetwynd, grandson of Sir Walter who built the first Ingestre Hall. Its elegant design is widely accepted to be by Sir Christopher Wren. Walter Chetwynd knew Wren. Both men were members of the Royal Society, and a drawing by Wren in the Victoria and Albert Museum is headed up Mr Chetwynd's Tower. Charles Chetwynd Talbot, the 20th Earl of Shrewsbury, founded Staffordshire Polo Club in the grounds at Ingestre in 1895. In recent years, much of the park has been a golf course, but a move is expected with the planned route of HS2 due to cross the fairways. The estate was parcelled up and sold off in lots in 1960 and 1961. Ingestre Hall was bought by Sandwell Metropolitan Borough Council for use as a residential arts and conference centre. Educational use was stipulated as a condition of sale. The pavilion facade, then in a dilapidated state, was offered to the Landmark Trust at a peppercorn rent, and since then the charity has fully restored the building and given it a new lease of life as a holiday let. Now next time, I'm going to look at an example of the earliest planned industrial housing in the world. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.